Yep. Hi. Let's talk about how to detox in spring using what's happening right now and what's growing in spring. Springtime is the best time to hit reset in the body, start over, detox a bit. Typically, what happens in the winter and the holidays, let's be real, we're eating foods we really may not, our body doesn't support our body best. Let's say it that way, right? The holidays are really hard then because we've indulged a little too much. And then we've gotten these habits going. We usually try in January to do a restart. Then by February, you've given up on your New Year's resolutions, right? This is common. Then February, we've got Valentine's Day and we're indulging again, right? But spring comes and it's perfect. Your body naturally will tell you it's ready to clean up. This is like spring cleaning. All of a sudden we feel we have this energy to go clean everything. It's the same thing in our bodies. Your body is looking for spring cleaning. So let's talk about how you can do some spring cleaning using what's actually growing in spring and meant for your body. And we will definitely work with foods and get to herbs. So hang tight, we'll get to the herbs. Those are the really powerful ones. So what's growing right now? And also, what are we detoxing? I can't tell you how many people walk in here and ask me, oh, can you help me detox? What's good for detoxing? And my number one question is, what are you detoxing? There's all sorts of organs in the body that need to be supported, flushed, detox. Also, you need to look at what is it in your body you're detoxing. There may be certain things. Maybe there's viruses, maybe illnesses, maybe bacteria, maybe fungal. There's so many things, microbial. There's so many things that you want to detox. So I'm going to talk about specific things and specific foods that kind of match up with what it is that we're detoxing in general, because that's important. So I really love springtime for this. The body will tell you, all of a sudden, I feel like I want to eat better, healthier, lighter, right? Because in winter is the time, typically, we notoriously want to eat heavier, fattier foods. We're kind of storing it up for winter, for the cold. When you're cold, your body uses and burns more of those fats. Because you're cold, it's working more. When you're warmer, it's the opposite. So it's springtime, it's warmed up. We want to kind of cleanse out some of the heavier foods, shift to lighter foods, right? So what's growing here in the Gulf Coast area in spring? Let's start with fruit. So there's lots of different fruits that are growing right now in springtime. I'd say the top two of my favorites for detoxing is going to be lemon and lime. When we're detoxing, I want to talk about the liver for 1 second because that's what lemon and lime is going to hit. Why is that important? The liver is your filtration system for toxins. And so if your liver is not working right, it doesn't matter what vitamins and minerals and other things that you're eating, your body's not going to take it as well, and it's going to be overloaded and you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it in all parts of your body, and you may be feeling it mentally, and emotionally, not just physically. So the liver is huge. To be able to support the liver, detox the liver, and clean it up a bit. So yes, you can detox the liver. We want to detox the kidneys. That is another filtration system to remove toxins right out of the body, all the way out, right? Lymphatic system. This is where viruses, infections, they get stuck. And then when things aren't flowing in your lymphatic system, everything feels backed up. You'll be exhausted. You won't feel right. So that's another thing that's important. Another thing that we like to flush or really cleanse or detox is going to be the blood system. It needs to be cleaned out every once in a while. So really we can kind of go through all the organs, but I want to focus on the ones that are going to count the most. So liver, lemon and lime, they're going off. This is a great way to cleanse the liver. It literally goes in and cleanses, just like you see like lemon and lime scented cleaning supplies, right, from nature. It's because they're so good at really removing gunk and toxins. That includes inside the body. Great vitamin C too, so immune boosting, gonna help that to work properly. So I love lemon and lime for that. The other thing that's going off are berries. Berries are great antioxidants, which means it's gonna help with oxidative stress or free radical damage in the body. So we're talking about cellular support and repair kind of thing. So when you go to detox those things out that cause damage, this is what you're supporting. This is sort of how that works. The other thing are apples. I love apples. Apples are great to detox the digestive system. Great fiber in there to kind of clean out everything. And the colon. And here's another side benefit a lot of people don't know about apples. Apple pectin, the peel of apples and the pectin get rid of mold and fungus. So this is a great way to detox that from your body, which can be kind of tricky and hard. And I've talked about how to detox mold, and it is not easy, but that's a really good one. So apples are great. Kiwi, again, we're going to hit the liver. Good vitamin C, cellular report for the oxidative damage that happens. That's a really good one. Papaya. So papaya's starting to come out. That's a good one for digestion, to cleanse all the digestive and stomach and get juices flowing, which is really, really good and important. But here's another thing you may not know is the seeds from your fresh papaya will detox parasites. So this is a great way to get rid of those parasites, are the seeds. And the way I usually do them is I'll put them in a smoothie. It's just a little bit easier to pop them in there. So those are some great ones. There's a lot of different things, citrus, fruit, they're really gonna be helpful. I just want to focus on the highlights of what you're seeing right now and what you can use. So let's talk about vegetables. What vegetables are going off right now in spring that can help your body detox? So I'm gonna kind of go by categories, and then we're gonna highlight some of those. Those leafy greens are going off right now. And it's usually the cruciferous veggie leafy greens. So these are your hardy greens, your kale, collards, chard, mustard greens. Some of those are great detoxifiers in general for the body. They're gonna support digestive system because it's gonna have fiber. They're gonna help support the liver and really clean it up. They're also going to help with the cellular repair from all of the oxidative stress and damage from free radicals. Greens, dark leafy greens specifically, are some of the best, and I really cannot say enough about them. I will say, depending on your body, you may need to lightly steam or cook them for it to really help your body if you have thyroid issues. Otherwise, raw works great. It's a great way to get all the enzymes intact, which is what you need for the detoxification process to be at its max. When you cook the food, you're going to lose some of those abilities. You're still keeping it, but you're going to lose some vitamins, some nutrients, and some of the detoxification abilities. So you really want to kind of look. If you have thyroid issues, you just try lightly steaming, see how your body does with them, if your body allows you to do it. But kale is great. It's amazing for the liver. It is amazing for healing up things, even in the gut and digestive system, right? It is really, really good. Collard greens in general, those are going to be really focused on trying to get some of the oxidative stress and free radicals out and cleansing some of those toxins out. I really like that it seems to turn on the glutathione in your body, and that actually helps your body detox. You have to have glutathione flowing nicely in your body for your body to rid toxins. So that's really, really helpful. So the other category, of course, are those cruciferous veggies like broccoli, cauliflower, just starting to come in, the Brussels sprouts, the cabbage. Those are just coming in now. And those are very, very helpful too. Those are going to help with the liver, Of course, you notice a pattern here, right? And they're also great fiber, so they're going to also cleanse the digestive system, the colon a little bit. Very, very helpful. Again, if you have thyroid issues, you might want to make sure these are lightly steamed or cooked. Check to see how your body handles them. Otherwise, raw. Amazing when you're looking for detoxing. If you just can't get it down raw, try juicing it. No, we're not adding a bunch of fruit. We're going to really keep it as much vegetable and greens as we can. Maybe pop in that lemon and lime if you need a splash of something for flavor to also detoxify. So those are really, really good and very helpful. Other vegetables, I kind of want to focus on, cabbage in general, because cabbage it's good for the liver, yes, but general toxins, environmental toxins, it's really good at pulling that out. And one of the best things that people like about cabbage is it actually helps to suppress the appetite. So you find you're losing a little bit of weight while you're doing some cleansing. And this is very, very helpful without hurting your body, because you're adding in vitamins and nutrients that are really important to get. Sometimes when people talk about weight loss, they forget your body also needs support through that properly. So cabbage is a good way to do that. I really like cabbage for that. Radishes. Oh my God, you guys know I love radishes of all kinds. Why? Because of what they do in the body. They are so healing. There's different types of radishes, right? Your red radishes, your daikon radishes are long white radishes. Those are superfoods. Black radishes are big ones, and those are more fibrous. Those are amazing for the thyroid, for kicking on that glutathione. But radishes of all kinds will always detox the kidneys and urinary system. It's amazing how it'll help. And why are their kidneys important to detox? Because there are a lot of things that we do, eat, and consume, or medications that we take that hit the kidneys hard. You need your kidneys functioning properly for everything else, all those toxins, to be pulled out of the body. So, radishes. You don't like the flavor of radishes, steam or cook them. It cuts the bite from it, and then you're still able to get it in you. Or daikon radish, black radish, let's work on juicing those. Really, really good. You can pop a green apple in there with it, and now you've got a nice combination for detoxing, and that tastes really good too. Remember that these are diuretics, because it's going to, anything that cleanses the kidneys is going to make you have to run to the restroom to urinate, because that's what you're doing, is you're flushing out toxins. So that's very helpful. Asparagus is going to do the same thing. It's going to hit the kidneys and the urinary system to detox it. That's one of those cruciferous veggies that I just love. A lot of veggies going off. I just want to highlight those. Let's talk about watercress. So that's a green a lot of people don't play with, but it's a superfood, mainly for detoxing the body. And watercress will generally get overall toxins, environmental toxins. Yes, it supports the liver, of course, but I like that watercress will really target carcinogens and flush those right out of the body. People are afraid to work with watercress, but don't be afraid. Pop in at a salad, eat it raw. If you have thyroid issues, you can just lightly steam it. You can also juice it. It's really good. Watercress looks like kind of like parsley, but great. It's a great green to pop in, and people just forget to eat it. It is amazing also for the kidneys. So watercress does a lot of different things that it's going to be cleansing and supporting your body in detoxification. It's what I love. So let's move on to culinary herbs. Those are different than medicinal herbs. Culinary herbs, a lot of them are going off right now and growing really well. Let's talk about cilantro. Cilantro's amazing for detoxing heavy metals out of the body and the brain, which is not easy to do. You do need a pretty good amount of that for that to happen properly. So I find that when I work with cilantro and I'm specifically looking to target detoxification and heavy metals, I will juice it so I can have it in much higher quantity and get a better flushing, thing from it. I'm really looking for it to pull out what I'm looking for from heavy metals. Then I'm going to really do concentration of cilantro. How about parsley? Parsley is going to help clean the lungs, and that is so helpful, especially if you live in a big city area like the Houston area, or you're a smoker or vapor. You're going to need to clean those lungs continuously, and parsley will help you with that. Again, I look to juice that when I'm looking for a really large amount of detoxification there, but it is a great supporter for that. So oregano, thyme, marjoram, that whole family of herbs will actually detox out mold and fungus out of the body. It's great for doing that, which can be a little tricky to find because that likes to stay in the body. Heavy metals, mold, they root in deep, and it's not easy to get those out. But again, it is possible. So that's a good one. The other one is basil. Basil is great for the liver. Basil will really support the liver again. And again, that's just popping fresh stuff into your food. I do like to keep my fresh basil when I'm looking for detoxification. I like to keep it mainly raw. So that goes on top of my salad, on top of my meal, and then I just use it for that pop of flavor. Or honestly, you'll see me, anyone who's seen me here at the co-op, I'll have my big glass of water with a bunch of basil I've cut up and put it in my water. Great flavor, and then I eat it when I'm done. It's a great way to infuse your water and get a little bit more detoxification and flushing going on. So let's talk about the medicinal herbs that are going off right now, maybe even in your yard that you don't know about. Dandelion. Dandelion's starting to come up. It's spring. The leaves, the root, the flowers, they're all going to help detox. They're going to help flush things out of your body. They're going to support the liver, clean up the liver, and also help with digestive detox. Dandelions are great. There are a lot of varieties of dandelion. So you want to look at the most potent dandelion variety, and it's the most common one, not the ones so obscure. You find the ones with long leaves. Those are the best. Those are the highest nutrient dense, the best detoxifiers. So the other thing going off is cleavers. My cleavers is actually went off early in my yard, and they're starting to go to seed, but they're still around, and I know in other places here they're still going off just fine. Cleavers help target the lymphatic system. This is going to pull up those viruses and bacterial yucky that you may have had during winter when you were sick and needs to be cleaned and flushed right out of the body. Cleavers are also great at supporting the liver and helping it to work better. Again, detox pathways now opening up and working much better. Red clover. Yeah, those cute little clovers that come up, the little flowers all over the yard. The purple or red ones really focus on lymphatic system. Again, cleaning out the yucky that you need. It's very specific for women too, especially younger women who may help with their cycles not to be so extreme. So that's very helpful. Older women who are postmenopausal may not do so well with red clover. It may be too much estrogen for them. So just pick your lymphatic cleaner differently. Try the cleavers. Nettles. Nettles are great for removing general toxins and metabolic waste that's kind of gotten built up in the body. This is a great way to have it just go. Yes, nettles are stinging. If they're fresh, you're going to want to wear some gloves, but as soon as you add the heat, they will calm down, and you're going to strain it out and drink it anyway. So those are very helpful, and nettles are like a multivitamin anyway for your body. Very helpful. Chickweed, this is going to help hit a lot of your systems. This is going to hit liver, kidneys. It's going to hit digestive system. That's going off everywhere right now too. Make a tea out of it. It's very helpful, or juice it. Again, I juice my dandelion as well. So, burdock root. Burdock in general, the leaves and the root will both be really good for detoxing. And that's going to be the liver. It's going to also help clean the blood. So this is the type of thing you can look at for cleansing, detoxing the body. Here's an important note you need to know. When you go to intentionally detox the body and you're using these things, you might need a binder. What's a binder? So a binder is going to help bind to the toxins that you may have killed off, specifically if we're looking at parasites or mold, or maybe some of those viruses that were old and we're trying to get them out. That specifically needs to be done with a binder. A binder is done 2 hours away from the thing that you use, either all supplements, all medications, all herbs, and everything. 2 hours later, you'll do a small binder. What's a small binder? Chlorella and spirulina are what I call baby binders. They're great for popping in, binding to those yucky things so that they go out in your waste system, either urinating or, of course, through your bowels. So that's very helpful. A couple other binders would be activated charcoal, that's food grade, bentonite clay, diatomaceous earth. These are all other bigger binders, and they're going to bind to the mold and some of those parasites and things that you're killing off. So just remember to be very mindful of doing that. If you have a sensitive body, go low and slow with your binder so it doesn't cause too much of a herxomer reaction and detox too fast. All the things you're using for food, your body can generally handle and it's not too harsh. Once you shift to those herbs, now it may be a little stronger and your body might want you to go a little slower. So this is going to be helpful for you when you're mindfully thinking of detoxing and cleaning out the body. This is how you can do it safely. Remember, when you're going to do a hardcore detox with just herbs, hitting it really hard, I usually recommend that you're going to do it a week